What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the third part of the Tour de France here on FreeLanda. We've had a good race so far. You can see on the results page we haven't had a podium on an individual stage, but if we go to the GC, you can see that we are in second place in the GC, just 40 seconds down on Thibaut Pinot in yellow, Thomas and Dumoulin looking good as well. So we finished the last episode in Montpellier with a flat stage. Let's take a look at the stages we'll cover today. And stage 12, it is a massive day in the GC. Montpellier to Mont Ventoux, 21 kilometers, average of 7.5%. Crazy day in the GC. And again, stage 13, an individual time trial, 37 kilometers long. This is going to be a tricky one. It's just about how much we can limit our damages on this stage. So by stage 14, I expect we'll have lost quite a bit of time in the GC. We do have a flat one where we can recuperate, one for the sprinters. Stage 15, again, probably a big day in the GC, some big climbing throughout, but there is that flat run into the line. And then stage 16, again, it's considered a flat stage, but this could be won by the punchers. Let's just throw ourselves straight into stage 12, guys, and of course, Mont Ventoux. Crazy final climb awaits us. This is the stage that Chris Froome had to run up in real life. Quite a lot of controversy associated with that day. And you can see the favourites Pinot, Buchmann and Mikel Landa. Let's get into it. Here we are then, just leaving Montpellier en route to Mont Ventoux. And you can see a +1 day. Again, could have been a bit better. We'll take that though, much better than that -2 day we had a few stages ago. So the breakaway have just gone up the road, guys. We have 14 riders and it's a very strong group today. You can see Guilherme Martin, Alexei Lutsenko, Ciccone, Izagiri. Very strong group, 4 minutes up the road. No surprise to see De Koninck Quickstep sat on the front of the peloton. And you can see the breakaway have 4.5 minutes. Maybe they have a slight chance at the stage. 60k to go now, and we are just coming into this climb. We're just going to try and sit in the peloton, but we could see some guys dropped. It is 5 kilometers, average of 6% to be fair. So we're on this penultimate climb before going into Mont Ventoux. The pace was very slow, so I've upped it quite substantially. We'll put these guys on 84. Let's just try and sit in on 75. Try and put a few guys in a bit of difficulty here. So great job by Padun and Vowles on this climb, guys. You can see 116 riders now in this group. We'll keep pushing it with 1.5k to go up to this little summit here. Then we'll let the other teams do the pacing into Mont Ventoux. So getting a bit nervous now, guys. You can see the peloton storming into Mont Ventoux. 27k to go for us in the stage. I don't think the breakaway have a chance today. I think we've conserved our energy pretty nicely. Let's try and go down to 60 if we can, but the pace probably too fast for that. And we're now going uphill and it's only going to get steeper now. 25k to go. Here we go then, guys. 20k to go in the stage and it is beginning. Mont Ventoux just getting underway. I'm just going to try and sit in the peloton as long as possible. Try and conserve some energy with Landa and of course our main domestiques as well, with Bilbao and Pools looking pretty good today. Novak as well on a +5 day. Very nice stats for him. But you can see it's Jumbo Visma on the front. Tom Dumoulin must be feeling good. We need to move up now in this group. So 15k to go on Mont Ventoux here, guys. You can see we've still got 70 riders in this group. The pace has been pretty fast though. Ineos have been on the front, so have FDJ. We need to use Domen Novak to protect us now. Rafael Vowles done a very good job. He is now done though. Let's try and come to the left hand side because I do want to try and come towards where Carapaz and Dumoulin are in this group. But I want to do it without using much energy, and you can see we're just getting blocked off absolutely terribly here. So 13k to go then, guys, in the stage. Novak is now protecting us, but you can see just 45 riders now in this group. Rowan Dennis setting a blistering pace on the front. I'm trying to conserve our energy. Novak is almost done. Bilbao's almost done. And you can see the pace does drop now with 45 riders and 2 minutes up to the breakaway. So as you can see, most of the breakaway are still together, but Giulio Ciccone on the attack now. Still 42 riders in this group. The pace has mostly dropped. Let's try and come forward as Romain Bardet on the attack. Of course, he's about 15 minutes down in the GC. We don't need to react to that, but Yates and Buchmann on the attack. We need to up the pace now. With Landa, we need to try and follow these guys. Pinot attacks away. Oh my word, this is far from ideal. Let's try and follow Benoot. But Pinot, Nibali, Buchmann and Alaphilippe have attacked away. Let's try and follow Benoot. And to be honest, this is far from ideal. I don't want to do the pacing in this group. Dumoulin still here, so's Quintana. Let's just try and sit in this group with Froome as well. Nibali has been dropped, but Pinot and Bookman racing up the road with 7k to go here. So we've got 13 riders in this group, many going out the back now though. We're just sat in trying to stay here with Thomas, Froome and Dumoulin. We can't have Pinot taking loads of time on us on this stage. Dumoulin and Thomas of course are sat with us in the GC as Valgren blocks us off. Absolutely terrible right there. Warren Barguil's going to do the work in this group very nicely. Good to have someone with a domestique. Same with Froome, he's still here for Ineos. But Pinot and Bookman have absolutely flown up this mountain, guys. Alaphilippe and Adam Yates are still here as well. Let's try and conserve some energy with 4k to go. We are now struggling. We're running out of yellow very, very quickly here. We could be in a bit of trouble. So 3k to go then, guys. And we are about to crack, I think, I'm afraid. Pinot and Bookman are up the road. We're not going to be able to catch them. We're not going to be able to stay with the Ineos boys, I don't think either. We're going to have to pace in now on about 65. It's not a good day today for Mikel Landa as Pinot and Bookman are caught by the other guys. We're going to lose some time though. We're going to finish with Nairo Quintana. And you can see Thomas, Dumoulin, Bookman, Pinot all attacking away for the stage. So looking at the front of the race, it's Pierre Latour and Ciccone trying to hold off the fast chasing peloton. Let's see if they can do that though, because Geraint Thomas flying towards the front of the race. Looks like today could be for Geraint Thomas. We're just sat on Nairo Quintana's wheel. We're going to lose minutes here today. This is far from ideal with Mikel Landa. We can try and up the pace to 70 now, but you can see up the road Geraint Thomas, I think, is going to take the stage win. Geraint Thomas takes the stage win. It's a great win for the Brits. We can try and pace in on 75 now, but we're going to lose over 2 minutes. So Mikel Landa is going to come across the line just behind Nairo Quintana, and I think we're going to finish in 11th or 12th on the day, losing 2 minutes to Geraint Thomas. So it's a terrible day, guys, for Mikel Landa, losing 2 minutes and 6 seconds to the Brit Geraint Thomas. But what a ride by Geraint Thomas, dropping everyone else by 35 seconds. Quite a big group of riders. Kreuziger was ahead of us, Quintana was ahead of us. It's just a terrible day for Mikel Landa. And looking further down, some other guys dropped a lot of time. Vincenzo Nibali lost 4.5 minutes. He's out of the GC hunt, it would seem. And so looking at the new GC, it is Geraint Thomas taking the yellow jersey by 1 second ahead of Thibaut Pinot, ahead of tomorrow's time trial, of course. Dumoulin holds his place in third, and that's where we were provisionally before the last stage. Bookman overtakes us, Froome overtakes us, and we are now 2 minutes and 16 down on Geraint Thomas, just ahead of Adam Yates and Quintana. So guys, stage 13, and it is the time trial, the stage we've been dreading, and we're going to lose minutes again today. Not the stage we wanted to bounce back on after that terrible performance on Mont Ventoux. We know the rest of the race is going to be very difficult, but we can only do our best. So in today's stage, Rowan Dennis, Tom Dumoulin and Van Aert are the favourites. Let's get into it. Here we go then, guys. Landa getting underway, and look at this, a +5 day. Can you believe it? A +1 day on Mont Ventoux and a +5 in the time trial. Maybe we're not out of this, to be honest. I lost a bit of hope after Mont Ventoux, but seeing this, maybe we can limit our damages and hit some good form into week 3. So you can see, looking at the GC, obviously Yates and Quintana just behind us. We're going to lose time to Froome and Bookman probably still, but we're going to try and push the pace really fast up this first climb and see where we are at the first split. So just a few hundred meters to go up until this first time split. We're trying to push the pace as much as possible on this uphill section. Of course, this is where we will gain the most time. Now we're on the flat section, we can go down to 75 and 4th place at the first split, just 3 seconds down on Julian Alaphilippe. We're gaining time on Yates and Quintana. My word, this could be a pretty special day for Landa. So we cross the 20k to go, guys, and you can see the first time split. Thomas has the best time, just 1 second ahead of Pinot though. Pinot looking very, very good indeed. Froome 4 seconds down, and we were 26 seconds down. And we're now coming into the second time check. Let's see where we are. I expect we've lost quite a bit of time at this split, and you can see 10th, 48 seconds down, but we still have a few guys to come through. So 10k to go in the stage, guys. Thomas has again the best time at the second split. Pinot's lost a bit of time here on that flatter section, and if we look behind, we will see Chris Froome quickly chasing us down. As you can see, we're trying to conserve some energy for this final uphill section, and you can see the best time at the moment is for Richie Porte. Let's see where we are at this time split with 6.5k to go, 16th, 120 down. Froome is about to come through and destroy us though, so 1 minute and 40 down on Froome. So into the final few K of this TT, there is Froome about to overtake us. Let's try and hold him off though on this uphill section. We can go straight up to maybe 82. I think that's going to be fast enough because obviously I want to burn all our yellow. Let's go up to 84 as it's steeper on the bottom, down to 80. Try and pace on 80 for as long as possible on this climb. You can see it's Alaphilippe with the best time at the moment. Then Porte and Latour, all the GC guys about to come in though, and I need to up this. Let's go up to 85. Try and push it to the line because it does flatten out over the top. We've probably gone out too fast on this climb. Let's go down to 75. Into the final kilometers, let's just try and go on 75 to the line. We're gonna die just before the line though, but I think we can be very happy with our TT today. Up to 99. Let's see where we are at the line compared to Yates and Quintana especially. We are 1 minute and 6 seconds down. Froome takes the best time ahead of Alaphilippe. So Emmanuel Buchmann coming across the line. He was in 4th place and he goes 5th on the day. Good time for him. 1 minute down on Froome though. Next we have Tom Dumoulin and he's behind Chris Froome by 19 seconds. That is a surprise for Tom Dumoulin. Next up we have Pinot. Here he comes. How much time is he going to lose today? Thibaut Pinot goes 2nd place. My word. 9 seconds down on Chris Froome. That is unreal from Thibaut Pinot. But here comes the yellow jersey, Geraint Thomas. He takes the stage win by 12 seconds. So again, guys, I think like Mont Ventoux, it's a 1-2 for the Ineos boys, Thomas and Froome. And Geraint Thomas does open up a gap of 22 seconds today, now 23 to Pinot in the GC. But to be honest, Pinot's done incredibly well today, just 22 seconds down on the Ineos boys. But taking a look at Landa, 12th place on the day. Yes, we were 1 minute 50 down on Thomas, but look at the guys we're around. Adam Yates, Nibali, they're all in the 70s on time trial. We beat Quintana as well by about 20 seconds. Very happy with our TT today. And so we do keep hold of our 6th place in the GC. We're now 4 minutes and 5 seconds down on Thomas, but we stay ahead of Yates, Alaphilippe and Quintana. Moving on then to stage 14, and it is a flatter stage today. There are a few short hills throughout, but nothing serious. So that does mean it will be for the sprinters or perhaps a breakaway. Caleb Ewan, Ackermann and Groenewegen are the favourites. So we've had a very quick start to today's stage, but you can see 4 riders have escaped. You can see them right here. So the gap to the breakaway now pushing 10 minutes, guys. We do have 90k to go, but maybe they have a chance at stealing the stage today. 28k to go then, and the breakaway are going to win the stage, and there are splits kind of forming slowly in the peloton. I'm going to up this to 82. Make sure we take position right towards the front because we are not losing any time on this stage. So currently, guys, there are 22 riders in the peloton. You can see a big gap behind, and there are some main guys in the GC who have fallen down, as well as some sprinters, even though the stage isn't up for grabs. Do I do some pacing with Vowels? I think we just sit in because I think this gap is going to now reduce. And you can see just 10k to go for the guys, 12 minutes up the road. So let's take a look at how the stage unfolds in the breakaway into the final 5k. And it is Van Hooker from CCC on the attack. I think Perez is going to bring him in though. 4k to go. Back in the peloton, I'm just following Geraint Thomas. So we should be safe in that group. 3k to go now for these guys up the road. 2.5k to go then, guys, and it is Bezitkov for Astana on the attack. Going early, Perez doesn't follow. Can the man from Astana take the win into the final kilometre? I think he's going to do it, you know. I think Bezitkov is going to take it. No, Van Hooker comes through, but it is the Estonian for Israel Cycling Academy just taking it ahead of Anthony Perez. Great win for him up in the breakaway. Let's cut back to the peloton where we are safe in this group of 83 riders. So 5k to go, the pace very, very fast in this group, it must be said. I did think about pacing with some guys, but there's no GC guys behind. It's just sprinters who have been caught behind in this group here. So no need to pace for us. Let's just take the wheel of perhaps Tom Dumoulin or Geraint Thomas. I think that should be fine. Let's see who takes it from the sprinters in this group. We're just going to cruise in across the line in the same group as the GC favourites here. Look at the gap they have. This is ridiculous. What is going on here? We're now going to sprint for it. Let's just cruise in on maybe 92. Try and lose as little energy as possible here. So it is Mikkel Reim taking the win for Israel Startup Nation. Great win for the Estonian, beating the Frenchman Perixx, who had a good chance, to be honest. Very punchy rider. He'll be a bit disappointed, I think, for Cofidis. Solid stage for us, just finishing in the GC group ahead of the big GC day tomorrow. On to stage 15 then, guys, and it's a massive day. Lots of climbing throughout. This is the big climb, 13 kilometers, average of 7% pretty much. We do have a final climb after that as well, but then we do have about kind of 10 kilometers into the line, which makes it difficult to attack solo. So if we can attack and we're feeling strong enough to attack, we need someone to go with us over these climbs. Pinot, Landa and Bookman again are the favourites. So we're underway here, guys, and you can see a +1 day again for Landa. I think that's the best we've had in a mountain stage. Maybe we had a +2, but we've had +3s and +5 this race. They just haven't fallen on the right stages. So it's education first, pacing pretty hard on the front. As you can see, we've got a pretty big breakaway up the road. Let's take a look at them right here. Very strong group, I must say, with the likes of Dan Martin, Valverde, Micah, Guilherme Martin, Lutsenko, a very strong group up the road. So 88k still to go in this one, guys. We still have 13 riders up the road in the breakaway. Pretty sure they'll take the stage. They have 6.5 minutes still. You can see still over 100 riders in the peloton. The pace has been very high though. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of holding on to as much yellow as possible. I'm trying to stay on 60 for as long as we can. We're going to have to push it up this climb though as the pace picks up, I think. So we've just started the biggest climb of today's stage, guys, Le Grand Colombier, and you can see some massive steep sections on this climb. You can see we've got quite a lot of yellow left. We're going to have to expend quite a lot now on this climb though. Let's try and move up. We're over 12% at the moment. Quite a lot of the team still here. I think we've done a pretty good job looking after our teammates today. So just coming to the top of the climb here, guys, you can see we've got 26 riders still in this group. I hoped it would be slightly more selective over the top, so I am pushing it with pools into the final kilometre of the climb. Still 25 riders. He can come down to 85 now. Great job by him. Gegenhardt looks done. Woods and Carapaz struggling now as well, but Pools is going to have to let up now. Great job, and we have just 21 riders in this group over the top of the big climb. So taking a look up the road, you can see 6 riders are 50 seconds clear. You can see them right here. Micah probably the favourite for the stage at this point. And you can see the 21 riders in this group as well. Quite a few Trek riders, so Richie Port is going to be happy to work on the front. Let's try and stay on 60 on this flat section, and then we're going to absolutely fly up this final climb just coming up. And as you can see, guys, just Thomas and Froome left here from Ineos. So it was really important dropping Carapaz, Gegenhardt and Dennis at the end of that previous climb. So we're underway for the final climb of today's stage. It's David Gaudu on the front for FDJ. We're looking pretty good. I think we can go pretty fast up this climb here. Is Gaudu done? He's pacing pretty hard on the front still. Let's try and stay here on 80. Pinot ready to attack Geraint Thomas. Of course, he's less than 30 seconds down on the Englishman, so he is primed to try and take the yellow jersey back today. 6k to go on the climb. Gaudu still sat on the front. So still, David Gaudu sat on the front of the peloton into the final 5k now of the climb. Pools is starting to struggle. I expect a few domestiques are starting to struggle as well. Gaudu still pacing though. We are on a flatter section. It's about to get much steeper though. Let's try and conserve some energy. 4k to go on this climb. I want to try and attack here if we can. And Thibaut Pinot on the attack. Let's try and follow the Frenchman if we can. But we're not going to be able to stay with him. Let's just sit on Froome's wheel. That is fine. He's going to try and bring in Thibaut Pinot for Geraint Thomas, of course. And he's done just that. Maybe we can try and counter now with Mikkel Landa. Let's come towards the front. Go on the attack with Mikkel Landa over the top of this climb. Pierre Latour tries to follow. I think we can pace on 90. Let's go down to 85. Try and pace on 85. up to the breakaway, but we have just 12 seconds on the peloton. Just 14 riders left in that group. Let's try and pace like this to this breakaway group. So this is looking really tricky, guys. I think the peloton are just going to catch us right here. And there you go, Chris Froome catches us. 13 riders in this group. I don't think we've been able to drop any of the main GC players. Chris Froome does look pretty tired. Maybe I can try something here, but I think we're just going to have to sit up in this group of now 14 riders in the peloton. So we've just finished the downhill section. It looks like Emmanuel Buchmann is trying an attack. I will follow him with Landa, and he is guiding us up the road. He hasn't been able to get away though. That is a bit of a shame. We've got Pinot here now as well. Let's try and follow maybe Thibaut Pinot instead. Pinot now on the counter attack. Let's follow Quintana. Can we get away on this flat section? And 4 riders have gone clear now with 4K to go. This could be pretty big actually. I think the peloton will be able to bring us in pretty comfortably, but we're still pacing in this group. We're following Nairo Man up the road. Rafael Majka has taken the stage. 2K to go and we're going to be brought in. Let's try something. Let's follow Nairo Quintana. 1.5K to go in the stage. We can sprint at maybe 800 meters. We're pretty much done, but we are going to finish in this group up ahead, are we? Geraint Thomas trying to come back. Are we going to take time on the yellow jersey? I don't think so. Geraint Thomas will come back and collect us just across the line here. So Rafael Majka takes the solo victory over a minute clear of Ciccone, Youngles and the rest of the breakaway. You can see we did finish in the same group as all of the GC favourites, so we stay in 6th place in the GC. We did try a little attack, but to be fair, Chris Froome brought us in pretty comfortably at the top of that final climb. On to the final stage of today's episode, guys, and it's 205 kilometers, as you can see. It is classified as a flat one, but to be fair, I think this could be for the more punchy sprinters, the likes of Sagan or even someone like Alaphilippe. Let's jump into the stage. So 3 minutes up to today's breakaway already, and you can see we've got Perez again, Os, Bissiger, Nelson Oliveira and Jay Thompson. 30k to go in the stage then, guys, and as usual it is Quickstep and Lotto Soudal on the front of the peloton. Don't think the breakaway have much of a chance today. They're already attacking each other and they have a minute and a half left on the peloton. So 15k to go in the stage, guys. The breakaway still have about 20 seconds. They are going to get brought in here though. I think we need to move up in this group. We're far too far back for my liking. We are on this kind of short hill, not really steep enough to try anything. And there you go. Look, the peloton have stopped. My word, this could be pretty big, but there you go. Youngles back to the front for Deceuninck Quickstep. But the breakaway's lead now up to 50 seconds. I think they're pretty much done now though, up this hill. We do have that final little hill coming into the final kilometre, and we could see some damage done on that little climb. So 5k to go in the stage then, guys. We're coming downhill. Let's come towards the front. Phil Gilbert comes towards the front of the peloton, as you can see. I'm actually going to follow Phil Gilbert right here. I think he's going to lead us out very nicely indeed up this climb. Do we try and attack here? I mean, we've got the potential to, but I don't think we're going to be able to hold off the sprinters. Let's just sit here on Phil Gilbert's wheel for now. Degenkolb's coming around, so is Caleb Ewan. Let's try and stay with these guys if we can. We're going to sprint across the line into the final kilometre. It's going to be Bennett. Is it ahead of Caleb Ewan? I think Caleb Ewan's come around and Caleb Ewan will take the stage ahead of Bennett. Groenewegen in third, and we will finish here with some of the sprinters. So no real gaps today in the GC. Today was another sprint, and I think Caleb Ewan's third win of this race already. What a race for him it's been. And yeah, we are still 6th in the GC. So that'll be the final stage of this video, guys, and it must be said, a very disappointing couple of stages. Mont Ventoux, of course, an absolute shambles, 2 minutes down on Geraint Thomas. We did recover somewhat in the time trial, beating the likes of Quintana. That was a very good time trial, our first +5 of the race. We've just been so unlucky with the race days, I feel. But anyway, taking a look at the other competitions, you can see Caleb Ewan in the green jersey pretty comfortably. In the KOM jersey, it is Nieve ahead of Pierre Latour. The youth jersey is held by Gaudu ahead of Gegenhardt. And it is Team Ineos still in the team classification. 16 stages down and just 5 to go in this year's Tour de France. Let's take a look at them right here. You can see stage 17, and it is another massive mountain stage. Maybe the queen stage of the race. This final climb, 11k. After this climb, massive final climb And this is our chance to try and gain some time back. We need a big day on stage 17. Moving on after that, it is stage 18 and the mountain time trial. To be fair, I think we can do pretty well here. We'll probably lose some time to the better time trialers amongst the GT contenders, but I think we'll do okay on that stage. Stage 19, another chance to gain some time back in the GC. The final climb, very, very steep, 10 kilometers in length. Stage 20 is another possible chance to gain some time back. A lot of climbing throughout. You can see the final climb, 12 kilometers, average of 8%. And then we do have that downhill as well. And to be fair, we can try and attack on that downhill. And then of course we end on Champs-Élysées. As I've mentioned already, guys, very disappointing couple of stages for Landa. But to be fair, we're still in 6th in the GC. We've got our sights set on a top 5 at least, hopefully. And maybe we can push for a podium, but I think the yellow jersey is out of touch for this season. Anyhow, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, do drop a like and a comment down below for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.